you know, with us living in Bloomingdale, that might impact us. And the more information we have, the better we can address it. So, what time is on the phone? Magic phones, you're saying is it
You're
time?
giving me 15 minutes, right?
What? 19:03, then let's get going, guys. You all, thank you for coming. I'm Susie Watts, I'm president of Bloomingdale Neighborhood Association. We're gonna kind of do a little something different tonight. We're gonna have our speaker speak first, and then we'll have a regular meeting. We're done in an hour. If we're looking like we're going over an hour, I cut things and we deal with them next month, because I want to respect your time. Thank you for coming out. So with no further ado, let me introduce Bill Sullivan. He is the person who is, would you say proposing?
Proposing a rezoning, yes.
Proposing a rezoning. So
My name's Bill Sullivan. I'm with Potomac Land Company. We own 11 acres or 10.97 acres just on Colbert Road. Let me go to the next slide. You can see it from this slide. On Colbert Road next to Chimino Elementary. Get the name of the school. We are proposing for this, I've actually known this property really well. When, after the last recession, I came back in town, I actually worked on this property, couldn't put it together and assemble it, and now this year I was able to put all the pieces together and able to close on it and buy it from the Hire family that owned it, and we're trying to be good stewards of the property. So this is the property. It's just down at Bloomingdale Avenue, and we're going to call it Bloomingdale Park. We want to become a part of the community. We've done a few things which it's zoned R4, but I'll go back to this. We want to do a few things that are kind of important for the community. One is we've set this community back further than just right up against the road, so that it is more of an enclave in the back of the property. So when you're driving by, you won't even realize it's a community. You're just going to see a road with a nice entrance. So it won't really be like, you'll see cars coming in and out, of course, but it won't be like there's going to be there won't be houses right up against Colbert Road. So as we go through, we're zoned R4. Not zoned R4. We're land use R4. We're zoned AS1. AS1 is 1 unit to the acre agricultural. It's not really agricultural anymore. It's the middle of town. It's the last piece in Bloomingdale to be built, and we want to be good stewards with it. And so that's kind of where we are on that. It's in the Brandon Community Plan as suburban, and suburban and Brandon Community Plan. This is we believe it, and we're doing a study on it right now. We think it's the lowest density, or one of the lowest density projects in the Brandon Community Plan suburban district. If it was in the estate district, it's larger lots, but in the Brandon Community Plan and suburban, it's smaller lots, and that's what we're not really proposing. Super small lots, but smaller lots. It's in the urban service areas, you all know. The topography goes to the bottom there. That's just an old topography map, but it goes to the bottom. We have topo surveys and everything. It just goes to that corner there. We have a water main and force main adjacent to the site. And then this is a density exhibit to show you what's around us. We're proposing 33 6,600 square foot lots on 10.97 acres, which is a density of 3.1. Everything to the south of us in the Bloomingdale section DD and all the ones around there have a density of, or are the same 6,600 square foot lots, and they'll have about the same density, or have a higher density than we have, because we clustered it to the back of the property so that it's more clustered to the back. So we wanted to give it more people a sense of arrival. A project of ours that would be good for you to drive by if you get a chance is a place called River's Edge, which is right off of Carr Road, right off of Boyette. And if you go down there, you can see there's a nice drive-in, and then you get to the lots, and then there's a beautiful, it's just pretty, it's nice. Okay, so then this is the layout of it. So as you can see, you come in off the main road, you're driving through, and then you get to the houses way in the, I'll show you right here. So you come in off of Culbreth, you go down, you have a retention pond right up against here, you come in, you go through another retention pond, and then the lots are up in here. And then there's a park adjacent to the Chimino Elementary School driveway back there. So that's kind of what we're doing there. Let's keep going. Our lot sizes are, we're using the standard setbacks that the county usually, has it. So the front is going to be 20 feet. If porches, the setback is 20 feet. With porches, it's 15. We want to encourage people to put porches in the front of their houses. I like porches. I have porches on my house. I have porches on actually every building I own on my property. So we love porches, and so we kind of encourage that. It's pretty typical. It's single-family residential, the maximum of 33 units. It's the typical setbacks in Bloomingdale, and so we've not really done anything else that's different from that standpoint. Just keep going, and then along the people that have the houses along the western side of our property, adjacent to the houses here, they're going to have a bigger buffer because they're larger lots that were never brought into Bloomingdale, and so we want to have a nice buffer for them. And so those are the larger houses. They're not in Bloomingdale, so that's part of it. And then there's a color concept plan. I think that kind of gives you an idea as you're driving in. Now, it's kind of deceiving because the ponds show that they're wet. The chances are, because the groundwater elevation is at 24 feet here, and in the ponds it is, and we think that the actual seasonal high is 10 feet down because of some perching from the soils. These are going to be dry ponds, so it'll be grass you're going to see. You won't see green. Unfortunately, you won't see green. You won't see crystal blue water as you're driving in. You're just going to see grass. And maybe sometimes of the year there might be some water in it. Then we have a shared access with one gentleman next to us. We don't really have any access into the Chimino Elementary's driveway because the school board told us no, no, and no. No pedestrian access, no pedestrian access, no emergency access, no nothing onto that driveway. They didn't want anybody coming anywhere near there. Because we would have thought maybe we could direct the kids to direct off the main road and they could walk through our community to get there, but they didn't want that. So then we've got administrative variance we're working on for driveways, for the driveway spacing and a design exception. We are going to be generating peak hour trips of about 13 and about total trips, it looks like, of 44 is what I'm seeing, oh no, plus 7. Oh no, yeah, so we're generating about, I don't know how many trips that is, but adding it up, it looks like about 50 trips. So we're not really adding that many trips to the area. We're adding some, but not a lot. Mostly peak hours aren't that many. And one thing we are doing, and I'll show you in a minute, so then that's the driveway, then we go through but here's the school board's conversation where they said, no, would you like, could we have a sidewalk to connect to, adding a sidewalk? No. An emergency entrance? No. Pedestrian vehicles to the parking lot? No. Vehicular to the road? No. It was kind of just, the school board said no. So I know that I've heard from comments that there is some traffic backing up onto Culbreth Road from the school packing up. Here's what's kind of weird about the whole thing is the school driveway, and it's really a road, is 1,500 feet from the school drop-off point in the school just to Culbreth. So 1,500 divided by 50, that gives you the amount of the thing. So that's a lot of cars that are just backing up and not getting around.
But you hadn't been there at 8 o'clock, 7
Oh,
o'clock.
no. I'm not saying that there isn't a problem. I'm saying that it's a problem that I don't understand.
It backs up all the way onto Nature's Way.
Yeah, we can't even get out of Little Crossing because it's backed up down Nature's Way, all the way to Culbreth, then all the way back in Culbreth this way, trying to get to the three-way stop to move up to get to the
Right,
school.
because you not only have school traffic, you have everybody going to work at the same time. So everybody's going through that same spot at the same time.
You're right.
So yeah, we totally get that. We totally understand that. We're literally from our entrance to the driveway turnaround at the school is about 2,500 feet. So it's not like, we're not really close to the school from that standpoint. We're, pretty darn far. In fact, our first house, if you had the extra 900 feet, you got even more stacking. We have plenty of, we're not really, we'll contribute some, but then we also got proposals, hopefully, that will help us get through that, and that is the sidewalk proposal. We're proposing to do crosswalks with rectangular rapid flashing beacons in front of our site, and then also, that school crossing at Chimino they have right now? It's just, you can't even see and we want to pave it, and we would not pave it, but we want to put, decent striping in, and then also add a flashing beacon, so if a kid wants to come in and out, he can come in and out, the pedestrians can come in and out easier.
Where at are you talking about putting that?
Oh, here,
Can
I'll
you
show you.
us?
Yeah, absolutely. So one we were talking about doing right here
All right. which
is
won't
our
affect any
entrance.
of us,
There's
but-
our entrance. And then up here by where the school is, on the north side is where they have the school crossing, and then they have the sidewalk that goes to Chimino. And so we're proposing to do the flashing beacons right there.
Where is Nature's Way on that?
Nature's Way is right here.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, one thing we could do, and I talked about it because I thought it was kind of interesting, is that to really solve the problem of the kids walking to school safely is for us to maybe build one here as well. I mean, I want you guys' input on that, because I would add one here if you think it would help, just from a standpoint of getting, moving people from one spot to another, in and out quicker. It also helps the kids when they're going up to the ball fields, and even adults, or they're running, or whatever the case is, or biking, and they want to cross the road, so I'd like your input on that before I finish the presentation. We can get back to that in a minute.
Is there a proposed sidewalk on the east side of the road?
No, because you can't do it there, because the way that it was designed by the Sierras and the Schimbergs 40 years or 45 years ago is they made Colbert Road a boulevard, and they had the trees and the sidewalk on the one side, and what they did is they moved the road literally to almost to the property line on the east side, so there's not any room to put a sidewalk there. It's just the way that the community was designed when they designed the road, because it's 60 feet wide. It's not a narrow road. It's 60 feet of right of way. But what they did is by doing that, it was able to let those mature trees all look big, and it makes it feel like the road's twice the size it really is, or at least the boulevard is, because you've got the mature trees, you've got the sides, but that's why we can't go on the east side. It's because when it was designed by, the boys, they didn't do that. Road classification, we're suburban residential road. It's a CR3 road. And then we're back to questions and answers. I think that's, we want to talk to you guys, I want to give you time to answer any questions that you might have.
I got several.
Absolutely.
One of them is, when are you gonna cut the grass?
Oh, tomorrow.
Because
No, it's probably going to get cut tomorrow. I
the
apologize.
grass stakes.
My guy quit. He literally went in there and he hadn't finished the cleaning up that he was supposed to do. And so when he hit some debris with his tractor, he said, I quit, because of course I didn't take the debris out of there. I was supposed to. So I hired a new company. They start tomorrow. If you want to, I could even give you the name of the company, and I've got it here in my pocket. But,
Yeah, would like that, because, we have family that live on Brook
Right.
Road, and the weeds are so high, it's up to the top of their
No,
fence.
I know it got
It's
crazy.
coming through their fence, and then mosquitoes, snakes.
No, we're going to put it on
It's bad.
a monthly maintenance schedule for the summer, and then in the winter we're going to do it.
Monthly?
Yeah, because it's bush hogging.
Monthly in the summer, okay.
Well, it'll be this high when they do it the next month. It's not going to be this high again, because it's been since, because if you remember, we had equipment out there back in April, May. We had it in May, so I never thought between May and June or July, it was gonna get that high.
It's
So it was only because it's crazy high, we're gonna take care of it.
extremely, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow they get out.
Well, tell me, when you do the retention ponds, who's gonna maintain the retention ponds?
The homeowners association, our homeowners association.
You are gonna have a homeowner?
Absolutely. It will be a deeded homeowner association community with dues and,
Okay, because I listened to your video, I wasn't at the other meeting, I wasn't aware of it, but I thought you were saying there wasn't going to be any.
no,
But there is gonna be.
there'll be a
so much
homeowners
noise about it.
association.
Yeah.
I have a question. Where is the drainage from those dry ponds in case they start flooding?
Okay, that's a good question, and I'm gonna go through that right,
And-
I'll go back to the.
Has Swift Mud looked at this? Because Swift Mud must approve them.
Oh, yeah, no, we will be approved by Swift Mud. Let me see if I got anything, let me find the, where is the, do I have it in the presentation here, yeah. Here, this is good enough. Okay, so, it doesn't really show it because of the, but the ponds are gonna be here. They're gonna store the 100-year flood in these ponds because this is a closed basin. And so we'll be
It has
storing
to have an
the,
outage. It has to have drainage because we have dry ponds in Bloomingdale Cove. They each have an outlet and they're approved by Swift Mud.
right, there will be an outfall. But the
But
outfall will
where is
only
it
be
going?
after the 100-year flood.
Where is it going? Where will that outflow go?
My engineer is, unfortunately, is not here tonight, but we can answer that question as soon as,
Because if they don't have the proper outflow and you're flooding
no, we know.
7, 8 homes on Allwood and at least 5 or 6
Right,
on
no, we're
Brookville.
not gonna be flooding any homes. We will build these ponds to store the 100-year, and so we will not be flooding anybody outside.
How deep would those ponds be?
Probably around 5 feet, 6 feet deep.
Is that gonna be enough to hold water?
Yeah, to hold this
That is a
pond volume.
flood, that is a.
Look at this pond volume. This is a third of the site is the pond volume.
That's because it's all in a flood zone, a flood zone.
Right, this portion is right here in the flood, that's
Yes,
the A
and all
flood
of
zone.
Chimino's field is, which means that you're taking away some of their drainage.
Well, this is not a
That is
field,
flood
that's
zone.
a retention pond.
And
They might use it as a field, but that's a retention pond. That's literally designed as a retention pond. So if they're using it as a field and it floods, it's designed to flood because it's a retention pond. So, but that's where we're gonna be storing the water in here and all the way out to the street. And we're planning on, storing it here. It's not gonna be going anywhere else. In fact, usually a situation like this will make when we build these communities like this, it makes the situation better for the area, not worse. We can't fix people that are, if your house is in the 100-year flood, I won't be able to fix you. But if it's
But
not,
Allwood's not, in that area, in Bloomingdale Cove is not in the flood area.
then you should not have any trouble at all.
And our retention ponds have to drain, and they drain down, and their outflow is toward the Alafaya River.
Right.
So you don't know where that's going?
So you have no idea where
They're
this is
doing
going.
a drainage study right now. I do not have the conclusion of the drainage study. I asked them 3 months ago to do a drainage study. They're now just getting around to doing it. I don't have the conclusion of the drainage study.
Question.
Yes.
What other subdivisions have you built in the area?
Where's our brochure?
Yeah, we're up there. There's
There you
one.
go.
Is that one?
We built,
Here you go.
here's a list of our communities. We built Hawks Fern. We built Hawks Springs. Well, we haven't built Hawks Springs. We built Hawks Fern. We built Hawks Grove, Hawks
River's Edge.
Reserve, River's Edge.
Are they local?
Yes, they're all local. They're all right here. They're all over down in the south. And then Valerie Park, Valerie Forest, Summit View, Willowbrook. What's the other one over here?
Which one?
The one, Quail Crest, and the other one, what are they called now? They got a different name.
Oh,
Is that, that's
I
not
can look at-
Willowbrook, that's,
The Blackburn property, I'd have to.
Hold on here. So, you know, Valerie Forest, I could probably pull them on up right now to show you.
I'll find
We
it.
built all over this place. I mean, we are the premier, us or Homes by West Bay are the premier developers in this area.
What is the square footage of these homes?
My opinion is they're most likely gonna be around 3,000 feet, maybe 2,500 to 3,500 feet.
Single story?
No, ma'am.
So your townhomes similar to?
No, there's no townhomes here.
You're building a home similar to the townhomes behind. The drawing that shows your lot shows 5 feet between each home.
Yes.
And it shows the top of the house. First of all, it shows the lot.
All those houses in the community behind us are all set the same setbacks, yes.
It shows the piece of property with the house consuming almost all of the property because your lot is shown on what you've given to us.
Oh, you
As
know,
a
wait a minute.
50-foot
No, that's
wide
just
lot
a-
by
hold
120,
on
which is
here.
only a 6,000 square foot lot, if my math is correct.
They're 6,600 square foot. They're actually gonna be larger, but we have a
And then
minimum of
your-
66.
The information you gave is incorrect.
No, it's correct. It's
Well,
6,600 is the minimum, but none of them, I think, are gonna be that. Here's what it looks like. This is the lots. I've not put pads out there. I've not said where the pads are gonna, oh, from the pad size, from the minimum, here we go. Typical 6,600 square foot lots. You got 20-foot front, 20-foot rear, side foot sides. That's the typical
So
lot.
50 by 120 is.
No, they're
only-
60. Oh, they're 50. So they're 50 by 120, right? That's 6,000, but they're actually 6,600 square foot minimum.
So then, you can't, something's off on that.
Yeah, I could probably change it to say 125 feet so it would match it. It was more of to show the setbacks, but that's fine. It's still 6,600 square foot minimum lots. We have to have a minimum lot of 6,600 square feet. Yes, ma'am.
What's the timing of this? Like, what is your proposal?
A year from now is when I'll probably be breaking ground at the earliest.
So this has already been approved, or are we
No,
discussing
no,
it?
it
or is
goes
that-
to the last site, close it, hold on here. It's August, it goes to the zoning hearing master on August 18th at the second floor boardroom of Kennedy Boulevard downtown. It's
Town
August
center.
18th is the hearing.
So the other question I have is the timing of the traffic analysis that was done. Any idea when that was done, like what time of day? I mean, I know you mentioned
It was done in, and I'll look at the date of it, I mean.
I meant time of day. I mean, I think you said,
Oh, no, it's done, it's done over 24-hour periods, and
okay.
it captures the peak AM and PM.
So the other thing that just to be aware of is Chimino's a choice school, so there's a lot of drivers that drive to that school, to your point of asking about why there's so much traffic, so much going in and out and such a long way into the school. It's a school choice.
Okay,
It's a very popular school, so there are a lot of drivers, a lot of parents that drive their children to that school. I live in a sector, I can't even remember, subdivision, that only has one way in and one way out. So I am concerned again for that traffic, disruption of how that's gonna impact, my data list, in and out of my subdivision. I think you can tell the people here, this is not something we want.
no, I understand.
This is not, let's just be,
No,
obvious here, so,
let me
you know.
kind of go
yeah,
just a different step for you. I understand,
Okay. Yeah.
I can see your point of view.
yeah,
I'm not gonna say I understand, I can see
Yeah.
your point of view.
yep,
But this is an infill project, and anytime you go into an area that already everything else around it is built, and you decide to build the last piece in the puzzle, it's always gonna be disruptive. And so I get it, I mean, I totally get it.
But why does it even have to be infilled? Why couldn't we just have something natural, have some green space?
Well, I mean, if the county wanted to buy it for a park, they would have. And if the school board wanted to buy it, I tried to just,
It never went up
Don't ever
public sale.
talk
It
about
never went
school.
up public sale, so let's be honest about that.
no, it didn't go for, but you don't.
Exactly. It did not go up for public sale, because there would have been people who would have been willing to buy it had it gone up for public sale.
Oh, this property.
Yes.
No, it was an arm's length transaction. I bought it from an individual buyer who wanted to sell the property. He had other people chasing it at the time. That's not its arm's length.
But it's disingenuous to say that the community wouldn't have bought it, the county wouldn't have bought it, or someone else wouldn't have bought
Well,
it to save the green space.
Let's go a different step then. Property sitting there vacant for 50, 100 years, whatever the period is, it's been vacant. So, listen, I was the fortunate person to get it. I'm also very knowing of the area. I started my career here 40 years ago working for Pulte Homes in Bloomingdale. I built houses here in Bloomingdale in the late 90s or the mid 90s with American Heritage Homes in some of the sections in Bloomingdale. So I've been involved with Bloomingdale pretty much my whole career.
So then you should understand why we don't want this then, right? I mean, it's pretty apparent why this is not something that our community, to your point, wants. What, the infrastructure of our community has exploded and everything around it. And adding this to it is just, it's not something we want. It's not, so.
Not to be devil's advocate, but I think looking at 33 homes is about the least impactful thing, because if not you, then okay, maybe next person gets a variance to get a multifamily and we've got apartments there, because that's happening everywhere too. So to me, 33 homes is probably, if it's a given that the land is gonna be used and developed for something, I would rather have it be homes that fit in with the neighborhood than a strip mall or apartments or townhomes or something less desirable. The infrastructure is the bigger problem countywide, statewide. It's not this little chunk of land.
Why do the lots have to be so small? I know it's a money thing, but, I mean,
Well,
why was that lot size chosen?
that lot size was chosen because it's a 6,600 square foot lot, which is compatible with everything to the south of it. Additionally, we are required by the Planning Commission to get a density of 3 units to the acre. 75% of the density of 4 units to the acre, which the property is allowed to build up to. You have to get a minimum density of 75 for them to support the project, and so therefore we wanted to at least meet the minimum density requirement.
So you're saying Bloomingdale Cove's lots are 6,600 square feet?
No, we can go
Or
back to
larger.
the full.
I live in Bloomingdale Cove, our lots are 60 by 110, or some of them
Yeah,
are
60
larger.
by 110.
But they're all basically 1-story homes, and a 2-story home is really out of place.
Well, I'm not saying they're all gonna be 2 stories, I'm saying that they can build 2 stories. And by the way, they're not really even anywhere close to your section because they're a good 300 feet to the north of you.
That's okay, your retention ponds are backing up, and that's our biggest concern.
Okay,
Well, we had said 15 minutes.
you did, and I took more
And
time
we
than
have
that, so I'm gonna let you
doubled
go.
it.
But
So-
I'm gonna stay around till the end of the meeting to ask anybody's questions and answer any questions you might have.
That may not work well for us. Do you want to just finish up questions because we have a regular meeting to do?
Okay.
So, last minute questions for Bill, and then we're gonna have a regular meeting, and then we will discuss things also.
Okay,
Who's doing your stormwater runoff for drainage studies?
it's being done by Gulf Coast Consulting, which is an engineering firm. I can give you their phone number. Actually, Kevin can give you their phone number. Or Doug, we can give you that phone number.
Last questions?
What do you mean by that shared access?
Oh, that's a requirement the county has. It's not really gonna be built. What it means is somewhere along here, I'm gonna have to stub out just a road that goes to this property, and that's all that is. It's a county requirement.
A road that's gonna go to somebody's house that backs up on?
It's
Brookfield?
gonna go to nowhere. It's a road to nowhere. It's a
Which
county
house-
requirement.
What house is that gonna affect?
This guy here, I can't remember his name, I'm right on the top of my head, this gentleman. He's not happy about it either, trust me.
He's on Allwood or Brookfield?
No, he's on, oh,
He's
right
on,
here.
oh, on that side, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, okay, I thought it
So
was going
this-
to, oh, I
No,
see.
it's just like right here, that's just his shared access to there and then.
So this is behind Culver's in essence?
Yeah.
Or behind Camino?
Yeah, it's
Why
behind,
can't they take the road out the other way?
No, because there is no road on the other side of Chimino. There's Chimino Elementary, and on the other side is Tovolo Hills. And there's a roundabout on one side, there's a little like planer, and there's a roundabout on the other side. And there's no road that goes through there. That's a driveway owned by this is owned by, that CES driveway is Chimino Elementary School driveway. It comes here, dumps out to right there, and then it goes out to there, but they don't connect. There's no connection here. There's no road. This is the driveway, it's not a road. It's a road from a standpoint, it's long, and it should be a road, but it's not a road.
Get into there from Pinecrest.
Huh?
No, you can't.
No.
No.
No, there was,
Wasn't there an entrance?
no, there was a piece of property up north of here that had a 35-foot right-of-way out to, and in 2008, they got rid of it. They gave it back to the people. So, no, there's no access to the other side.
Bill,
And that's another story, because I would love to see not
Adding to the
regular
bottom
access, but pedestrian access, I would love to see from, because right now I have a piece on the other side of Chimino, and I provide the pedestrian access from Bloomingdale down to Chimino Elementary. And I have not closed that access off, because I've always felt like it was important to have that pedestrian access.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Everybody